Title: The Double Life Dilemma. I'll never forget the day my life spiraled out of control. It was supposed to be just another date night with my boyfriend Ethan, but there's something he doesn't know about me. I have this other life. See, I've been keeping a secret for months now. I run an online dating app on the side, and it's turned into way more than a hobby. It started small, just helping friends find dates, but it grew. And before I knew it, I was moderating chats, setting up blind dates, you name it, all under this fake persona. So there we were, Ethan and me, heading to that fancy Italian place he loves so much. As usual, dinner went great, the laughter, the light touches on his hand as I told him something funny. But here's where things got messy. My phone buzzed with a notification from the app. I couldn't ignore it. It was an emergency, someone reporting a user who had shared their personal information inappropriately. Code red situation. As Ethan talked about work, I sneakily typed away on my phone under the table, trying not to give myself away. Turns out, Ethan noticed me looking at my phone for too long. Hey, is everything okay? He asked, his voice concerned. Yeah, I said, forcing a smile. It's just this project for work. Got some last-minute stuff. But the problem was getting worse as the night went on. More users were complaining about fake accounts, people creating multiple profiles to troll others. This was serious business now. And yet there we were, Ethan thinking everything was normal. As dessert arrived, I couldn't take it anymore. Listen, I finally blurted out over tiramisu. I have this thing going on with the app I mentioned earlier. It's gotten a bit complicated. Complicated? What do you mean? He asked, his brows furrowing. Oh boy, here was my moment of truth. It's more than just an online dating service, I confessed. There are all these users, and it feels like running this secret life is sucking up every minute I have. Ethan's face dropped. He looked at me in disbelief, his eyes searching mine as he tried to understand what was happening. It hit him harder than I thought. This wasn't just a minor distraction. It felt like a betrayal of trust. So, you're running this whole operation behind my back? He asked softly but firmly. I nodded, feeling the weight of those words fall onto me. Yeah, sorry, I said quietly. It's been overwhelming, and I've made some mistakes. Ethan was quiet for what felt like hours before he finally spoke again. He took a deep breath and looked straight at me. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? I'm sorry, I repeated, feeling the guilt pour over me in waves. I knew it would change how we see each other. And here's where things got really hard. Ethan stood up from our table, eyes locked with mine. He looked like he was trying to figure out whether I'd changed for better or worse. We should talk about this at home, he said, voice strained. So we left the restaurant and walked back to my place in silence. When we got inside, it felt different somehow, the air thick and heavy between us as if a spell had broken. Back at my apartment, Ethan sat down on the couch while I stood there nervously twirling one of my hair strands around my finger. This is not okay, he finally said, his voice low but clear. There's no way this should have gone unnoticed. I know, I whispered. I'm sorry. We talked late into the night, every word more difficult than the last. There were tears and regrets, mostly mine, and a lot of questions from Ethan that didn't come with easy answers. By the end of it, we both felt drained. The next morning, we woke up to an awkward silence. We tried to pick things up as if nothing happened, but how do you just go back to normal after something like this? There were too many unresolved feelings and doubts lingering between us. Ethan looked at me differently now. Some part of our connection had changed irreparably, and I couldn't blame him for that. So here's my question. How would you have handled it if you were in my shoes? Is honesty always the best policy, or is there such a thing as too much truth? Remember, sharing your thoughts might just help someone else. Going through something similar, find closure. Comment down below.